Welcome, grade 4, to our lesson today, social studies. We are looking at people and population. We are going to look at interdependence of people. How do people depend on each other in our daily to day lives and day to day activities? Interdependence of people. How do you depend on your friend, and how does your friend depend on you? Here, we are going to read a story. Then, after this story, we will look at some questions down there that are going to guide us. Now, this story is just going to guide you to know how each person depends on other, or how people depend on each other in the day to day life. Now, how do people in the county depend on each other? How do people in the county depend on each other? There is a short story here that I'm going to guide you to read. Read the story below, answer the questions that follow. The story says, the people of Baraka village were excited. Miss Pendo, who taught at Baraka Primary School, was getting married. The village was a beehive of activities. The young men put up a beautiful white tents where guests would sit. Mambo and friends decorated the tents with colorful flowers and balloons. Mama Pika could be heard reading off a long list of foodstuffs that she needed for the wedding. The little boys were sent off to the market to buy foodstuffs. Mkulima, the farmer, happily brought over 30 liters of fresh milk to use to be used to make tea for the guests. Mama Keki baked the largest cake ever made in the village. The seeds were brought from Baraka Primary School. On the day of the wedding, Pastor Kweli gave a wonderful sermon. People ate to their fill and danced away the afternoon. It was a wedding that the village would remember for a long time to come, because everyone made it successful. Now, you will also read this story alone. You read that story again, and you will realize in the story that there are a lot of activities that are happening in and there, in in prepare as the preparations for that wedding were taking place. The young men, for example, in paragraph 2, you can see what the young men were doing. The young men put up a beautiful white tent where guests would sit. So you can see how people were really helping. Then Mambo and friends decorated tents with colorful flowers and balloons. So everyone had a certain activity uh, or duty that was located or given to him during that day. So uh, Miss Pendo actually depended on people for that day to be a success or successful. So uh, people really helped in many different. So we have some questions here. After you read again that passage slowly and you understand. We have questions here. Answer the following questions. Number one, who helped in the preparation for Miss Pendo's wedding? You will get that answer in the passage. Of course, many people helped during the preparations. So you mention all those people who helped Miss Pendo. Number two, number two, write down what each group of people did. Write down what each group of people did. Then also it is in the passage. When you read well, you'll get what each group did during that day. Number three, what would have happened to Miss Pendo's wedding if the people had not helped? What would have happened to Miss Pendo's wedding if the people had not helped? Then the last question, how do you help each other in the community where you live? How do you help each other in the community where you live? Then we have new words here from the story that you've just read. From the story that you have just read, the first word or new word is depend. Now, to depend is to rely on somebody for